control to major tom. Ground control to major tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to major tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers want to know who shared you well. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way, and the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. Though I'm past 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still, and I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. Ground control to Major Tom, your circuit's dead, there's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear? Am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world? Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do.
Hey guys, great to see you, Joe here, and welcome to another lesson, and thank you very much indeed for joining me. Okay, so there you heard my rendition of a song by David Bowie called Space Oddity. I'm sure you're all kind of familiar with this one. It's a classic song of Bowie's, and that's what we're going to take a look at in this lesson. Now, maybe some of you kind of got the drift, you know, just through that performance there with all the chords and everything else, but you must also remember that whilst that kind of shows you pretty much all the elements of the song, what it doesn't show you is the complete arrangement. And as we know, it's really, really important. You know, a song isn't learnt until we can play it from beginning to end, all right? So that's what we're going to take a look at here, and also a few little tips. And for anybody who wasn't sure what was happening throughout the performance, I'll just clarify a few points for you, okay? So let's start out with how the song starts, which is an intro. And it starts out with an F major 7 chord, okay, which is this chord here. It's just the index finger on the 2nd string of the 1st fret, the middle finger on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, and the ring finger on the 4th string of the 3rd fret. And the intro just cycles between this F major 7 and an E minor chord, and it just does that 4 times. Now I would urge you to try and find your own way with the strumming. It's something that I talk about quite a lot, because that's the kind of soul of playing. It's like the heart of playing. And you know, whilst people can give you some pointers as to what to do there, this is what makes us all, gives us, you know, our own distinctive kind of sound and style, if you like. But anyhow, that being said, let me just give you a couple of pointers. I'll just slow down what I'm kind of playing, roughly speaking. So we've got an F major 7, this is the intro. This kind of idea. Okay, just something like that might be a starting point for you. Now, it plays that sequence of chords 4 times, and then it goes into the pre-verse. Okay, so this is ground control to major tom. Yeah, that is the pre-verse. And what happens here is it goes to a C major, ground control to major tom, back to E minor, does that twice, so another C, then E minor again. Then we have an A minor with a G, and a D with an F sharp. Okay, so let me just quickly explain that. You know what an A minor is? Now an A minor with a G is just us putting our pinky on the 3rd fret 6th string. And a D with an F sharp is just simply a D, only we try and get our thumb over the top to play the 6th string on the 2nd fret. You see, because the idea is that the bass drops down, so we start with the A minor and an A in the bass, then the A minor with the G, and then the D with the F sharp. Okay, so it's like a little bass drop down there. Now that is the pre-verse, okay, so it plays that twice, just runs through that section twice. And then after that section, there's a very long gap, because as you know, there's a lot of sound effects and guitars and all kinds of things on this. So you might have been wondering, you know, what's the big long pause within the song? Well, actually, after you have played the pre-verse twice, there is a 12 count. Now, that's all very well once you have all these kind of sound effects and everything else going on, but if you're just kind of playing it for yourself or playing it out live or something like that, then you might want to cut that short, okay, and not play a 12 count, because, you know, people will be thinking, well, what's happening here? Because it's such a long gap. Okay, so I just played the 12 because that's what's on the record, so you've got an idea. But I think, you know, you need to have a bit of poetic license there. You might just have a 4 break or something like that, a 4 count break or an 8 count or whatever it might be. Anyway, I just want to point out that prior to going into the verse, we have that long count, which is a kind of, you know, in the performance that I played, a 12 count. And then after that, it goes into the verse proper. So, you know, this is ground control to major tom. And that is a C major to an E major, to an F major, to an F minor, to a C, to an F, to an F minor, to a C, to an F. And that is a verse, but it repeats it. So again, it plays that section twice again, okay? C, E, F, F minor, C, F, F minor, C, F, okay? So it plays it twice. Okay, so then we come to the chorus, and the chorus goes back to those intro chords, which is F major 7 to E minor. And it plays it again, F major 7 to E minor. Now it plays a B flat, an A minor, a a G, and an F. So that is the chorus, yeah, which leads into the instrumental, which is the section which I'm sure you're familiar with. Okay, now there are a couple of ways you can play this. The chords, by the way, are just C, F, G, A. Okay, so I was playing it in the performance with open chords, but you can play bar chords, of course. So you could play an open C, then a bar, F, bar G, bar A. Okay, so you got. So the option is yours. You can either play the open chords or the bar. And it plays that section twice. It plays that group of chords twice. And after it's done that, it goes again. It goes back to the F major 7. And we count 4 for each of these chords. Okay, so it's F major 7, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, A major, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we come to verse 2, which is very, very similar to verse 1. The only difference being, rather than playing it twice, we play it once, and then we go into a different chord figure. So let me show you what I mean by that, okay? So it's, though I'm past 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still, and I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. So rather than repeating that, which is what we do in verse 1, it then goes to a G and goes ground control to E7 to major tom, A minor, your circuit's dead, a C with a G, there's something wrong. Then back to your D with an F sharp. Can you hear me, major tom? C, can you hear me, major tom? To a G, can you hear me, major tom? Can you hear? Okay, now we're just back to a chorus here. That's, you know, what we've already looked at. So the chorus being, you know, F major 7, E minor twice, F major 7, E minor, and then the B flat, the A minor, the G, and the F. Okay, and then after it does that, it plays an outro, which is the same as the instrumental section. Okay, and the instrumental section, as we know, is C, F, G, and A, C, and F, and G, and A, F major 7, E minor, A major, C, D, and E. So as you can see, guys, it may seem like, you know, it's relatively complicated, but I think that once you learn these individual sections, and most importantly, I think, you know, to get a piece of paper and write out the arrangement. For a song like this, it's very important. I mean, I recommend it for every song that people are learning, because I really think it accelerates learning, and it's kind of, you know, it helps songs stick in a sense. When you think about it nowadays, it's very, very much easier to learn the guitar because, you know, there's plenty of people like myself who are showing you how to do these things. But I still believe firmly that it's very, very important not to have everything done for you, okay? For you to take the time and effort to just write out the arrangement, it is not a lot to do, and yet it will help you tremendously you know, kind of learn the song from beginning to end, which is what's really, really important. Now, for anybody who's interested, I have done a complete chord arrangement at my Patreon page, along with a chord sheet illustrating all the chords. Okay, so if you're interested in that, then you can head over there and you can look at that, and that will help you out. But generally, you've got everything you need there to learn the song. And I hope that you have some fun learning this song, because I think it's a great song to be able to play. Obviously, it's a classic Bowie song. And so I do hope that you enjoy it. And if you have any questions at all, then don't hesitate to drop those down below. You know, I always do my best to try and get back to you. And please, if you found the lesson helpful, perhaps you could click on the like or the subscribe or something like that. And for anybody who's interested helping me continue making these lessons, then you can do that by going over to Patreon and supporting me there. And I'm just very grateful for you all for watching the video and for all of your support. And I hope you continue to watch my videos. And I'll look forward to seeing you shortly with another lesson, guys. In the meantime, all the very best.